I did it. I freaking did it. 5:49 mile. Look at this. Wow. So in week 3, I hit that 6-minute mile that I was aiming for. That's insane because when I first started running, it was like close to 8 minutes. So there's something I learned in my exercise physiology course in college that I think is relevant here. Sorry, I'm trying to transition into the car because I'm in a hurry to get home. But I want to say this. When you do intensive cardio, like a HIIT or, sprinting, then your body can build tens of thousands of new blood vessels in your lungs and in your muscles in just one bout of cardio, which is insane to me, which is like hard to wrap my mind around when I learned it in XPhys. Sorry, I'm shaking. I sprinted that mile. But in my XPhys class, when I learned that, I was just like, holy crap. Because I think the example that my professor was a Olympics qualified cross-country skier, and he would talk about cardiovascular exercise as, like, humans evolved to do this. And he said, 20 minutes of jogging, you've built yourself tens of thousands of new capillaries in your lungs. And that stuck with me. And it builds more capillaries in your muscles too. You get new capillary beds every time you do cardio. So cardio does get easier. And I'm thinking about it in terms of, I started just over 2 weeks ago, right? This is week 3, day 3. And in 2.5 weeks, I've gone from right around an 8-minute mile to under a 6-minute mile. Part of that is because I've been conditioned before, so it's a lot easier for my body to build that back. But, because lung capacity and things like that I still have from being an athlete prior. But holy crap, I did not expect it to be, it's literally a minute a week being shaved. Obviously that's going to slow down because now I'm at a point where I can't really go too much faster and maintain it for a whole mile. It would be cool to get down to a 5-minute mile, but I don't think the machine goes that fast. I think it only goes to 12. Well, no, 12 is a 5-minute mile. So I technically could get to a 5-minute mile if I max out the machine. That's pretty crazy. I ran almost half of that mile at an 11 pace. Whew, that's crazy. So anyway, today was a victory. Other than that, I did stretching, I did mobility, I did a nice little cool down, and yeah, I'm gonna go home, stretch again, and I'll catch you guys after a while. Day 17's over. Out here just kind of cleaning up after dinner, watching the child who is trying to vacuum the floor with I'm not sure, some piece of plastic that she's got. It's from one of her toys. I don't know what it is, really. The joys of being a parent, right? Yes, baby. Yeah, this. So, for not lifting weights, it was a good day. I always feel a little lazier during the, on the off days from lifting weights. But I did do the cardio. I ran that 5:49 mile. I'm happy with that. Tomorrow is going to be a push-pull day. I have no idea what this child is doing, but she's kind of crazy. And I'm just looking forward to getting a good pump. I'm gonna focus a little harder on doing the right calories. Right now I've been kind of sitting consistently at 23 to 25. And the weight's been coming off nicely and the fat's been coming off nicely. So when I say I want to focus on doing the right calories, what I mean is that I want to make sure that I'm sparing as much muscle as I can. One thing I'm afraid of is burning too much weight all at once and including too much muscle in that. So I need to monitor my progressive overload. Here's my child. Say hi, child. She never used a binky when she was little, and she's discovered her binky, and she likes it, but she doesn't use it very much. Yeah, so I want to spare as much muscle as possible, so I'm going to focus a little more on progressive overload and on the amount of weight that I'm lifting, just making sure that it's staying high. She's showing you her book. Making sure that the weight is staying high, I'm not actually losing muscle, and just, you know, keeping a really close eye on weight fluctuations. Oh, thank you for kisses. So that's kind of going to be the focus moving forward, just keeping the muscles, since I'm kind of terrified of how fast I'm dropping weight. It was down to 186.7 at the lowest. So I need to make sure that that weight doesn't come down too fast. I need to keep the muscle on. We're plodding our way through. I think it's going to end up being something like 45 days or something like that. 40, whatever it ends up being. But we're getting close to the halfway point. Into this week, we'll be halfway to 6 weeks. So I'm excited. I feel like I'm making progress. Not as much or as fast as I'd like to, but, you know, we'd all like to make progress faster, honestly. So as my mile time continues to decrease and my weight continues to go down, I'm going to be happy with it. So, yeah, that's kind of where we're at for this week. And, you know, I'm thinking more and more about sparing muscle tissue and just focusing on that high protein. Today I've been sitting right around 210 grams of protein for the day. And that's a lot of protein. It wasn't super intentional. I had one of my meal preps when I got home. Instead of cooking something new, because I just had a lot to do, and I had this one and I was cleaning stuff up. So yeah, so sometimes days are just like that. Days don't go as planned, and when they don't go as planned, you know, prioritize protein, get the calories that you need, and move on to the next day. So tomorrow we'll do a nice little push-pull upper body, and I'll see you then.